Good day, folks. How are you all doing? Hope everyone is doing absolutely fantastic, feeling groovy, realizing, of course, the government really don't love you, and also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born is a lie. It is September the 30th of 2025, 6:14 p.m. Mr. Buzz coming to you from the heavily demon-infested province known as Ontario, Canada. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up is all I ask. And if you'd like to support the channel, I now have a PayPal account. Information in the description on how you do so. And normally I offer guitar lessons, but I am fully booked and not taking any new students at this time, so I apologize. Now, self-control. This is very important for anyone trying to give up addictions or stop watching Korn. I've been advised not to say the actual word on here anymore because YouTube doesn't like it. They can actually take you down for it. So hopefully they won't get me for the times I've already said it, because I've said it about 1,000 times on here. But this is what really gets me is, like, I understand addiction. I've been addicted to tons of things, but I never needed anyone else to help me solve it. I've always solved it myself. And, I fall again maybe, but I make it a long while before I do usually. The minimum I go, if I quit something, is like going to be like 3-4 months. And then I might fall. I don't go just a couple of days and fall. I mean, I give it a real good try, and then it might, I might fall eventually, but people are not even able to make it a day, is what I'm finding. They have zero self-control, okay? You need to have some self-control. And especially with something that there's no physical withdrawal, okay? Like Korn. There's no withdrawal from it. You're going to stop and you're just going to want to do it, but if you have self-control, you should be able to stop yourself from doing it, okay? Like, now, masturbating, okay, I understand you can get pretty uncomfortable for a while. There is a physical aspect to that that's going to make you suffer. You're going to suffer physically when you stop doing that. But the Korn, you should be able to stop the Korn. You really should. And weed. There is no physical withdrawal to weed. You should be able to stop that too. Cigarettes, I understand the difficulty. And alcohol, there's a physical withdrawal syndrome. If you're addicted to it, if you're totally an alcoholic, there's going to be some suffering. And it's actually dangerous. You can't, if you're a hardcore alcoholic, you can't just stop, or you will go into what they call DTs. And you'll see the spirit realm and everything. You'll have it can kill you, okay, depending on how bad you are. So that I get. And also pharmakia, there's a wicked withdrawal syndrome to most of that. Things like fentanyl, and you go into withdrawal so bad that you'd rather be dead than experience it, okay? So I understand the difficulty there. But if it's something that there's no withdrawal, it's just your self-control is all you need to beat the problem, okay? Let's now, there's two things I'm going to talk about here. The fruit of the Spirit and, well, we're already talking about self-control. So Galatians 5, verses 22 to 23, that's Galatians 5, verses 22 to 23, says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law." So these are the things that the Lord wants us to have as part of us, okay? This is what he gave us. Love. Love conquers all. We know that. That's the most powerful force there is in the universe, period. Love beats all. Every one of us understands love, I think. Some of the evil ones seem that they don't, but anybody who's a follower of Christ definitely understands love. Joy. Of course. Joy is happiness, feeling good. I'm so full of joy lately. I'm just overflowing with joy. Peace. Well, this one's not that difficult either. We should be looking for peace. Yes, we can lose our temper and get angry and stuff sometimes. But as a follower of Christ, if you're not into peace, you're not really into following Christ. That's a major mandatory requirement, okay, is peace. Long suffering. Well, this is the thing. Seems that people are not even willing to suffer something out for a day or two. They give in. I can't believe the lack of self-control that so many people have. And they're coming to me asking me to solve their corn addiction for them. I can't solve your corn addiction. There's no way I can. It's not even really an addiction. It's just something you fixated on, something you really enjoy, something that, it arouses you. So you're relying on that to relieve yourself that way. And you can stop doing it. The problem is you have to want to stop doing it, okay? Gentleness. Well, of course, that goes along with peace. Being gentle and kind, and what most of us are empaths. Actually, I think all the anointed are empaths. So we should be gentle people. We can feel other people's pain, right? So that should be an incentive for us to be gentle people. Goodness. Well, for following Christ, of course. We have to want to be good people, right? We don't want to be like the evil ones. Faith. Everybody I've met in the last 3-4 weeks, extreme faith. I'm just totally impressed with the amount of faith that most people have. It's very cool. Meekness. Now, the meek shall inherit the earth. I forget what chapter and verse that is, but that is what it says in the Bible. The meek shall inherit the earth. The Lord is going to hand over this beautiful planet to us, take it away from the evil, aggressive ones, and place it in the hands of the meek. So practice meekness as much as you can. Temperance, moderation. If you have a glass of wine, have a glass of wine. Don't have 2 bottles of wine, right? Against such there is no law. These are the things that the Lord is just all for, okay? The fruit of the Spirit, we call that. Now, then we're going to talk about self-control again. Proverbs 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You have to get some self-control, folks. And I know it's not all of you. Some of you do have some. I'm giving up smoking right now. That's difficult, okay? That I feel today it's actually bothering me. It hasn't been bothering me too much. Today, for some reason, I could even eat a cigarette, I think. It's quite bothersome right now at this time. And also, the sexual urge is bothering me at the same time. I got the 2 things working on me extremely rough right now. But I've got self-control, okay? I'm not giving in. I'm just not giving in. It's called determination. You need to have absolute determination and control over your own body and your own actions. You can't go to someone else and say, I'm addicted to watching corn. Please help me stop it. How can someone else stop that? The Lord can help you a little bit, but actually he can help you a lot. But you got to help yourself. The Lord only helps those who help themselves. Get some self-control. Do you want to quit doing this? Because if you're giving in that easy, you must not want to. I believe that's the problem. I can't believe how many emails of the 1,000 people or whatever are just this. They can't stop watching corn and masturbating. No self-control is the problem. Just no self-control. And it's probably, it's a mixture of factors that's made this happen to people. But I'd blame it on the upbringing probably. If you didn't ever practice it, maybe your parents never taught you about self-control. Maybe they just let you go and do what you wanted and you never had to limit yourself in any way. If that's the case, start practicing it yourself. Start practicing it with sugar and other things. Like, if you got a certain food that you like, that you just go right to town on, you're committing the sin of gluttony with it probably. Start limiting yourself and take accountability for your actions, okay? If you're watching corn and you want to stop, it is self-control that is your solution. Not Mr. Buzz, not, even a deliverance. People can be delivered and they'll still go back to that. So it's not necessarily going to solve your issue. It'll solve it temporarily, but you got to have self-control in the end to stay away from it permanently. Okay, you got to have self-control. And you also have to have a total desire to stop. I got an email from one guy that only wants to stop because his girlfriend wants him to stop. Well, if you're doing it for her and you don't want to do it, you're not going to have success. I promise. You're going to fall right into it again. So, let's have a look here at some more scripture. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Now this isn't really about necessarily just self-control, but that sound mind, that is what you need. You need a rational, sound mind where you can rationalize these things and say, okay, I'm going to be tempted, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grit my teeth and have absolute sheer determination that I'm not going to do it. And you've got the ability to do that. You definitely do. Everyone does, no matter what. If I can just stop smoking and you can stop watching corn, absolutely. Absolutely. 2 Peter 1 verses 5 to 7. And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness charity. I included this one because this is basically what the Lord is going to teach you in your isolation. He's going to teach you these characteristics, these qualities. Now, I'm not saying I've got these down pat. I don't have anything down pat. I'm a flawed human just like everyone else. But these are the ones that are important to me that I continue to work on every day. Okay, I'm doing my best on all of these things. I'm trying to share my resources now with poor people on the street that I see. I'm trying to not be so quick to anger and be more patient. I'm trying to finish my tasks and have diligence. My faith, okay, my faith is through the roof. I think I'm good with faith. And to virtue knowledge, I'm always trying to educate myself better. These are qualities that you got to keep working on, right? Keep working on. You're trying to build yourself as a person, and the Lord is trying to build you as a person. But self-control is so important. If you don't have it, you need to start practicing it. You shouldn't be going to somebody else asking them to solve your corn addiction. You should be able to handle it yourself. There's no withdrawal, and therefore there's no excuse for not being able to stop. Your problem is you don't want to stop. Plain and simple. Sorry, Mr. Buzz tells it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. There's no sense in that. You don't want to stop, or you would. It's that simple. And don't stop for someone else because someone else told you to or wants you to. You got to want it yourself. If you don't, have a look at why you don't want to stop. Do you not want to please the Lord? He wants you to stop, I promise you. He definitely wants you to stop that one. Turn to Him and ask Him, Lord, do I need to stop this right now? You're going to get a resounding, yup. Right now. It's over. Stop it right now. He hates corn. I mean, big time. He hates that. That's all kinds of his children engaging in something that he just finds vile and disgusting. He does not care for that one bit. We're not even allowed to have premarital sex. We're certainly not allowed to do that. Okay, we gotta stop if we're doing that. It is imperative to put a halt to it. Self-control, folks. Self-control. Goes for the ladies too. It's not just the guys. I thought it was more the guys watching the corn than the ladies. I'm not so sure anymore. When I'm doing the deliverance sessions and I ask, do you watch corn? As many women say yes as what men do. It seems to be straight across the board. It's all people. It's not just men. Not at all. So I will leave it there. If you need some encouraging words, come to my live streams and I'll give you some encouraging words. But I can't fix your problem for you. You need self-control. That's the bottom line. It's that simple. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you got anything out of that, please give me a thumbs up. I will see you all in the next one. Remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, end the life.